Good afternoon, I'm Georgia Moylan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Children and pregnant women living in North Lake Macquarie do not have elevated blood lead levels, recent testing by Hunter New England Health has found. More than 80 individuals, including children, were tested along National Health and Medical Research Council guidelines for the hazardous heavy metal, which can have serious implications for human health. Public health physician Craig Dalton says the results will now be analysed in relation to previous figures.
Going back over the years and really examining what the story is here, at the moment it looks like that the impact of closing the smelter back in 2003 has led to a steady and rapid decline in blood leads, particularly in the youngest children that have grown up without any exposure to an active smelter in the area.
Two 14-year-old girls who went missing from Muswellbrook last week have been found. The girls were located by one of their parents, who found the pair staying at a house in Toronto. The teenagers attended Toronto Police Station yesterday and have since been reunited with family. Plans to increase the number of parking spaces at John Hunter Hospital by more than 700 will come to fruition in coming weeks. 300 spaces have already been made accessible to the public and staff, promoting Hunter New England Health to cut its park and ride shuttle service from Hunter Stadium. The Health Authority's Chief Executive Michael D'Arienzo says the delivery of these spaces lowers demand for the service.
The last few months we've seen a complete change in that, where it has become easier for our community to get to the campus. So in light with that, on the 4th of September, and that's a little while away, we're going to be ceasing the shuttle service that we've had in place. And we've had that in place because of the car parking issues.
A fetal alcohol spectrum disorders workshop is being held today in Broadmeadow to promote prevention strategies and support children diagnosed with the syndrome. Currently, Newcastle has a high risk rate for FASD, which is generally not diagnosed until children reach the age of 3. Chairperson of Newcastle Community Drug Action Team, Tony Brown, says the workshop is important for the community to provide assistance.
The major aim of today's fetal alcohol spectrum disorder workshop is to ensure that the Newcastle community can provide as much effective assistance as possible to those people who have been diagnosed with FASD, and also support their parents and their carers.
Severe cold weather in the Hunter is taking its toll on producers, with several stock deaths recorded. The deaths are particularly noticeable because herd sizes are currently down due to dry conditions earlier this year. Department of Primary Industries Beef Cattle Officer Todd Andrews says farmers need to make sure they are prepared for cold snaps.
Producers need to be monitoring those cattle and, consider introducing a supplement where necessary, especially if their herd numbers are a little lower.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Jets are looking to add more talent to their roster, with former Adelaide midfielder Cameron Watson in talks with the club. The 28-year-old has been training with Melbourne City but is likely to arrive in Newcastle this week. 3 weeks out from the FFA Cup opener against Perth Glory, Ben Kantarovski is currently the only defensive midfielder contracted to the club, leaving room for Watson to join the squad. Newcastle Knights prop Corbin Sims believes the club need to stay focused ahead of their next game against reigning premiers South Sydney on Saturday night. The club have been relishing in their much-needed victory against the Titans over the weekend that halted a 6-game losing streak. Sims says he was inspired by a legend of the club to improve his form for the rest of the season.
Danny Badiris challenged me to step up, and I think I did that game. And then, like you said, my form's been not too bad lately. I've still got a lot of areas to work on.
And in cycling, Merewether's Nicola McDonald is confident in her form as she heads off to represent Australia in the under-19s team pursuit and individual pursuit at the world titles in Kazakhstan next month. That's sport. I'm Sarah Giuliano.
2NURFM News Time is 12:10.